Hello guys, let's make another video. This isn't going to be much progress on the last video, but pulled all the bracing off, so this entire assembly is glued and dried. It's been over 24 hours. I am currently glued the internal bracing for the port. So there's 3 panels here. That's going to make up the internal bracing of the port. This is the bottom panel of the port. This is just resting on here to support my weights. I've got clamps at either end of these panels, and in the middle I'm just trying to apply a little bit of weight to make sure that we've got some clamping pressure at the other end of those panels. So that's that part. Let's look at, I'm pretty happy with the way that this joint came out. Having done some work to straighten this panel, I went ahead and moved this one to the top because it was really bowed. And I might just leave this here. I've hit my head here already, but I get what I deserve. But I might just leave this here as we continue to build up, make sure that this panel is relatively straight. Maybe it'll train that way. Over here, I have just glued the other half of the driver baffle plate panel to the top of the port panel, and so that's going to dry. This panel here, this baffle panel, was bowed a little bit in, I don't know, these ends were bowed inwards a little bit, and this port panel, I think it had a little bit of a bow this direction. In order to overcome that, these weren't that hard to pull into place and run a screw up to keep it roughly there and then clamp. And the clamping force keeps it where it needs to be. However, getting this panel to behave so that I had nice pressure applied to this glue joint here, I had employed again my ratchet strap. So all I do is clamp a little C clamp really tight, and then it gives me a nice hook, and then I can just grab. So then it's just a matter of ratcheting this and then using like a straight edge square to verify that it's square enough for my liking, and hopefully square enough for the cause. I believe that having glued all of this, so I will need to attach one of these guys to the brace that's going to go, so that this brace will go between the right side panel and that upright brace. I think that that'll get attached. It's this side here. I'm probably going to need to attach that guy here before installing this panel. Once that's added and all of that has dried, I guess once all of this is dried, then I'll be able to just set this right in place, set it right on here, and then I should be able to glue all of that in one go. I don't really like having 50 glue surfaces to quickly apply glue before it starts curing. And they're kind of big. For me, it's fairly big, so to try and lift all of this and gently set it in place without overly disturbing the glue, and then quickly getting some screws and clamps so that everything's snug and in place. But I haven't been having that big of a problem with it, so I think we'll just carry on in this manner. I'd like to think that I'm going to need some help when it comes to putting these panels on and holding everything and screwing it, but I guess we'll see. Again, I'll deploy the tactic of mocking up what I want to glue. So I did. I mocked this all up and determined that ratchet strap works, that I'm able to get everything true and square. And once I'm happy with it, then I take all the clamps off, apply some glue, and then sort of reverse the process that I was able to, that I figured that worked. So far that's been working. Haven't run into any new drama. I'm finding that I'm using way more glue than I'm used to. Of course, this enclosure's at a minimum 4 times as big as any enclosure I've ever built, so I'm subsequently using 4 times the amount of glue. Yeah, so one step at a time here. We keep making progress. In a day or two, I should be ready to attach this guy up onto here, and then I think it'll start looking like something. Then I'll be able to stand in front of it, and it'll look like a massive subwoofer enclosure. And that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. So till the next video, guys, appreciate any support that you're providing, and I hope this is of some value.